All right, so welcome to week 2 of the CDC. Now, this week I unfortunately had to play out of order because I was really busy. My opponent, the Spin Doctor, or the Spin, was kind enough to let us extend this battle, which is why it's a bit late. But with that being said, week 2, Spin has a terrifying team. It's actually very, very scary. And my main strategy this game was to essentially click the boost button and then click the attack button and do that multiple times. I had a designated lead being Vaporeon, but I ended up swapping it up for Sinistcha last minute in case of them leading Senti Shocks. But let's skip to the battle now. Now them leading Gouging Fire straight into my Sinistcha isn't the best thing that could happen, but I do end up getting a free Shadow Ball as I am heat proof with Citrus Berry. Sinistcha was kind of designed to, in some way, check the Gouging Fire, as if I are in defense, taking very little from a Flare Blitz, and then I can just keep Shadow Balling it down. They hard switch into the Skuntank, who takes, it's a fine amount from Shadow Ball. Now I'm thinking they're obviously clicking Toxic Spikes. My team sucks against hazards. So what do I want to do now? And even though my heart is telling me that they're clicking Toxic Spikes, I don't trust my heart yet. So I do end up going into the pretty hard check of Skuntank being good old Heatran. It's not a terrible play because, Skuntank can't really do much to me, and I do get to put my rocks, which could be really nice instead of Gouging Fire if it's not boots. But here they revealed that they have Black Sludge, which is fine. It's not boots, so these rocks are going to be a tad bit more useful. If you couldn't tell, I've just woken up, so the commentary today is going to be gold. But I need to get this done now because it's been so long since week 1. People might be wondering, this man with the famously bad schedule, where is the video? I don't think I'm famous enough to say famously bad schedule. This man with the somewhat known poor schedule is off schedule. But anyways, they reveal Gouging Fire, which is obviously going to be Earthquake, otherwise I would switch in on Heatran. So then I go Vaporeon. Because Vaporeon has Haze, it'll stop me setup attempts, and I can also do around 33% to his Scald, which is honestly a shocking amount from like max defense, like just defensive Vaporeon, but I guess it does have a special attack stat of 110. Sure does have that. Here I'm thinking Haze or Wish. I probably should have wished first, but I decided to just go straight for the Haze to get rid of the Dragon Dance boost. As they just go for the Earthquake. Plus 1 Earthquake is doing about 170. So I can easily take another Earthquake and just wish up. I can actually take 2 Earthquakes. And that's pretty cool. They're just gonna Dragon Dance again, and I'm gonna tell you right now that this is gonna last a while. The Dragon Dance versus Haze Wish Scald matchup is gonna last a while. So what I think we'll do is I think we'll just speed this part up because it's very not interesting. Okay, I'll see you on the other side. now the gouging fire is left at +1/+1 with a bit too much HP left. So now I'm trying to think of some way to chip him down. Because mainly the thing I want to achieve here is that I want to put it at least 50%. Because then an earthquake from my booster speed Slitherwing could end up just killing it. But in order to do that, I'm gonna have to go into something else first. That being Essential, which, like I said, was sort of built to half check the gouging fire. Now, I was debating between Shadow Balling and Iron Defensing there because I felt like the Morning Sun play was pretty damn obvious. But I didn't want to get Flare Blitzed and then Iron Defense. I'd be like, uh-oh. So I do just go for Shadow Ball here. But as you can see, it would have been better for me to Iron Defense because they do end up Morning Sunning. And now I'm thinking, well, crap. This thing is really scary and I kinda have to get it to 50%. And this spin, he's just not letting me do that, which, you know, great on his part, terrible for me. So this time, I'm pretty sure I decided to Iron Defense because I'm thinking, maybe a little Morning Sun again to just keep chipping me down with poison into a range where they'll just kill me. So then I decide that I should Iron Defense because that should beat that. But let's see. This is very exciting gameplay of me calking something, I'm sure. And let me tell you, calking on the phone is not recommended. But I finally go for the Iron Defense here as they are just going to Flare Blitz. And I'm thinking, well, crap. But I do have a Citrus Berry, so I'm just going to num my Citrus Berry, on my Iron Defense, get to +2. And then we are relaxing. And the main thing that I need to find out now is whether this is an adamant gouging or a jolly gouging. Because if they Flare Blitz me now and I Shadow Ball, they're definitely going to be in range of my Slithering's Earthquake. So as long as they are adamant, I'll outspeed and I'll be able to kill it. If they're jolly, well, that's a bigger issue. So what I'm looking at now is my HP to see that if they're going to go for Flare Blitz, and it did 104, which would be a min roll for adamant, and it would be like a normal roll for jolly. So I think, well, maybe they just got unlucky. I don't know. As you can tell, my play going to Slitherwing here is a bad one. I should have just gone into Iron Valiant. Slitherwing looked a lot better throughout the entirety of this match, getting like as soon as I got like 3 bulk ups up, 2 maybe, the game was pretty locked in my favor. But instead of just going Iron Valiant here, clicking Spirit Break, I misremember how much HP they have, and I'm like, surely they're adamant, right? They wouldn't be jolly. Who runs jolly gouging fire, am I right, lads? So I do go into Slitherwing, and I'm really calking my heart out here. But I can just, to my past self, just go Slitherwing and make the painful thing happen. We're all gonna watch poor Slitherwing get murdered in 4K. Come on, Slitherwing. Welcome to your death. You're gonna get poisoned because, T-spikes. And our booster speed, sorry. Sorry, I'm very sleepy. Anyway, so we're gonna boost our speed. And I'm thinking, haha, I'm obviously faster. Hehe, Earthquake. Rum. Well, Earthquake rum is not exactly going to work out in my favor because Right then. Okay. There you go. Morning sun. And that's not good. Bad news bears for me because now I'm thinking, oh crap. But that earthquake was a crit. Still didn't kill, so now I'm really in trouble. Because if that was a crit, like if that was a normal earthquake, that's fine enough because they're going to kill themselves on flare blitz recoil. But that was a crit, which means that they're going to morning sun again. And now my smartass is calculating if +1 defense slithering lives off flare blades and +1 attack gouging fire, which no, obviously it doesn't. So I don't spend too much time calculating that. I just click earthquake again. They're obviously going to morning sun, but I kind of have to click earthquake just to put it in range of spirit break from Valiant afterwards. But truly going slithering here was a terrible, terrible play, a real blunder in every sense. So we're going to spend a few more turns chipping down this gouging fire before they finally decide that they just want to murder me. Oh god. The quickest turn of the game thus far, and Slitherwing is dead to a crit, which that's kind of sad. You know, it would have killed anyways. It really didn't matter, but principle of the matter, you know, kind of sad. Anyways, the gouging fire is going to heal up from like 1 HP back up to whatever much HP it's at now, and we're going to go right into our good. Well, it's not a good friend. I kind of hate this thing, but we're going to go into Iron Valiant, and we are just going to click the funny haha button. So Spirit Break comes out, and it's going to hopefully kill the Gouging Fire. Well, it's obviously going to kill the Gouging Fire, but mainly if they let me get the kill on Gouging Fire, because they could obviously just switch into like Scum Tank or something, and then that would be very unfortunate. But like the Gouging Fire, it does not boots, rocks are up. So if they do switch, Gouging Fire is just going to die and not coming back in if it wants to. So really, switching here would just be to preserve differential, which I mean they sure could do that. Yeah, they could. There's not much more to say than yeah they could, but hopefully they won't, because then at least I won't lose 6-0. Or maybe I won't lose at all. Haha! You don't know the result of this battle, do you? But I do. Anyway, Spirit Break, and we get a kill, which is very, very cool. It only took 3 pocket monsters and a massive blunder, but we have finally taken it down. And now the pocket monster that comes up next is going to appear eventually. I realize this makes me sound very impatient. I'm going eventually, but honestly, I don't mind too much because, you know, it's nice to just sit here. But, you know, for the content purposes, obviously, yes. Anyways, they're gonna go into Florges, and that's fine with me. It's mainly special defensive, and my only win con at this point is that Oricorio. So I am going to need to chip this thing down if I want my Oricorio to have any chance of winning this game, because there's still a chance. It depends on the Sandy Shocks set. If it's Power Gem, then it's a lost cause. I probably lose no matter what. If it's not, if it's like Earth Power, Thunderbolt, Stealth Rock Spikes, then there's a good chance that Oricorio could still just win the game here. It's the Covenant set. So here I'm going to Spirit Break. I could have substitute disabled. I didn't want to in case they had Psychic Noise, as well as the sub plus Toxic plus Disable plus Poison. It was going to do a lot of damage to me. So I would just rather go for the Spirit Break. and get my damage. Plus that puts that -1 special attack, which means that I can now go into Oricorio in a safer set of attempts. And at this point, it's not looking terrible. Pretty much all I need to happen now is I need to quiver dance 2 to 3 times, and then click the hurricane button and start praying is pretty much what needs to happen here. So this first quiver dance is essentially free, as Florges is not going to do a lot to me with Moonblast when I'm +1 and they're -1. So, we're not in a terrible spot. Oricorio could easily win this. If I get enough Hurricane Confusions on the Sandy Shocks. Or it just doesn't have Power Gem. Or it's just not special defensive, which it might not be, because, it's a pretty good attacker. But they're going to go Skuntank, and I'm thinking, that sounds great. My mind hasn't connected the dots yet, but you'll see soon that this Skuntank is terrible for me. Because the main thing I'm thinking about here is I'm looking at my calc, +1 Hurricane does 90%, and this Skuntank is probably chilling at around, I don't know, 85? Maybe? So Hurricane here has about a 50% chance to kill at +1, because the Hurricane's thing about 81 to 90. But I think, well, if I just dodge the poison on the Gunk Shot, then that's pretty good for me. Because that would essentially mean that I completely zoned out. It would essentially mean that I could potentially sweep with Oricorio here. I need to be at +2, otherwise I just lose to Scarf Shifu, which I think is pretty likely in this matchup. So click Quiver Dance again to get up to that, to set +2. And, well, this is a repeat of the Vaporeon Gouging Fire matchup, because they reveal Haze. And, well, this one won't last as long as the Vaporeon Gouging Fire matchup, but what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get to +2 and kill the Skuntank. Essentially, I'm just waiting for a Gunk Shot miss. If they have Gunk Shot. If they have Poison Jab, I'm fucked anyway. So, hoping that they have Gunk Shot, and I'm hoping that they're just going to miss a ton. And they do reveal the Gunk Shot right here. So now that's my win con, is to dodge Gunk Shots, don't get poisoned, and make progress. But once again, I'll speed this up because it's the exact same story as it was last time of setup, haze, setup, haze, setup, haze. You know the point, so I'm just going to speed this thing right back up. Okay, so now that 1v1 is finished, it's Heatran against the world. And here I do decide to Flamethrower. A part of me wanted to Heavy Slam because I think it might do more damage. But I wanted to try and roll for the Flamethrower burn because I was just expecting Urshifu to hard switch in. So then I wanted to roll for the Flamethrower burn. As they do switch, and they go into floor chess. So a heavy slam would have been great. It would have given me a 4-0, because spoilers, I lose. Shocker, I know. So if I heavy slam that would have been great for me. But I do actually get the flamethrower burn, so I can't really complain too much. I can't actually complain at all, because there was no RNG there. I just made the wrong play. So heavy slam would have been great. Didn't go for it, unfortunately. And now they are. But now I am going to heavy slam though, because maybe they stay in for some reason to click wish or something, and then I can kill this thing. But they do a baton pass and they go straight into the Urshifu. And as we all know, Urshifu has a pretty damn good matchup into Heatran. And that is a problem for me. It did. And here comes the Urshifu onto the field. Don't click its funny water button. But it's going to take absolutely zero Heavy Slam. I could have rolled for Flamethrower Burn again, but I wouldn't have gotten it, let's be honest. And they are going to Searching Strikes, and they are going to murder me. They might have been Protective Pads, they might have been Scarf, I don't know. All I know is I don't get the Flame Body Burn here, but it would not have helped, let's be honest. So that was the Week 2 game against good old Spin, where we will lose 5-0, starting the season off 0-2 -7, which, is not preferable, but it's not terrible. So I'll see you guys next week when we play against another person whom I've never played against, that being Drees. See you then. Bye-bye.